Hey everyone, for Festive Tech Calendar 2025, I thought I'd put something fun together to demonstrate how we can create something using the Microsoft Agent Framework, which is relatively new still, and put a bit of a Christmas theme on it. So we're going to look at how we can create some AI elf agents to help out Santa in his workshop this year. Who am I? So my name is Lee Eggleston. I'm at Microsoft MVP in developer technologies, developer manager, been head of innovation. I'm also very big on entrepreneurship and innovation and making sure we're using technologies, whether that's traditional or emerging, to get the best value out of them. Oh, I'm not showing you my Christmas jumper as well. Rocking my Flash Christmas jumper today. I'm also on all the socials if you want to check me out and see what I'm up to or follow me. And before we jump into this year's talk, I just want to really quickly mention a few talks I've done in previous years because I think they're quite interesting. So last year I did a talk where I demonstrated how we could create a C# and .NET virtual reality app for the MetaQuest 3 device, and then I immersed myself in 360-degree photos of different countries and talked about the different Christmas traditions in those countries. For example, did you know that in China, around Christmas, it's very common to see images and statues of Santa playing a saxophone. I don't know why, it just is. Then another year, what I've done for the Festive Tech Calendar is train an image classification model to recognize the difference between Christmas trees and regular trees, and then host that in an Azure function, and then call that from a plain website to do some machine learning. Then another year, I've trained an image classification model to detect naughty elves, but then I exported that and put it inside an iPhone app, again using C# and .NET, and then we took the raw camera feed and then we used the model to determine if we could see a naughty elf in the scene, and then an alarm would sound. So these are the kind of things that I like doing. I love learning these new technologies and then demonstrating it in a way that hopefully get people interested and show them how these things work just a little bit. Anyway, this year Santa needs some help. He's a bit overworked. We've got massively rising population growth, and he's just overworked. He needs some help, and the Christmas consultants have said in order to improve operational efficiency, he needs to use AI, which is pretty much what all the consultants are saying. So we're going to use Microsoft Agent Framework, which is an evolution of a project from Microsoft Research called AutoGen and something else they had called Semantic Kernel, mushed it together, I think, to create the Microsoft Agent Framework. I'll stop right here and mention that I'm not an expert in this technology. I'm just playing around with it and sharing what I've kind of learned to use it for. The Microsoft Agent Framework is really good for creating collaborative AI agents and different workflows, and you can use it C#, Python, JavaScript, or TypeScript to use it. So it's very much a code-first, pro-code agentic solution rather than kind of low-code drag-and-drop affair. You can check out more information at this URL. Okay, so different workflows you can do with the AI agents. You can, with Microsoft Agent Framework, we can have sequential where we have one agent do something, then another agent do something, then another agent do something, or we can have handoff where different agents can do different things, and they can pass the jobs or tasks between the different agents, and it can go backward forwards. It's not sequential. Another one, which a workflow that I'm not particularly familiar with, is magnetic, where we're led to believe the agents have got a bit more agency, no pun intended, as to which agent is the best to do things, and they've got more control as to how it's done. Again, I need to learn a bit more about that. But the one we're going to look at today is called the concurrent workflow. So we're going to create a number of agents, and I'll talk about them in a minute. Then we're going to give them a task, and they can set off and do that, and then we're going to collect the results at the end. And this is what we're going to create. We're going to create 6 different AI elf agents. And each of these elf agents is going to come up with a design. So we've got an elf agent which is going to come up with a design for an ice sculpture. Another one is going to come up with the Christmas tree decorations. One that's going to design a Christmas jumper, like this awesome Flash jumper. One that's going to design wrapping paper. Another one that's going to decorate the rest of the room, and one that's going to demonstrate a greeting card. So those are the AI elf agents. Okay, now a little bit about the implementation. So each of these agents is going to have a slightly different prompt, as you can imagine. Each of the agents inherits from my base Christmas plain agent, and we'll show you the code really quickly later on, which has got its prompt and its own prompt name description. Importantly, it can generate an image. We're going to use the Google AI Studio Gemini Flash 2.5 model, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And each of these base Christmas plain agents I'm creating inherits from AI agent, which comes from the Microsoft Agent Framework. This is what we're going to do. We're going to tell each of these individual elf agents. So we're going to give it a prompt. For example, here, you are a Christmas elf. Your job is to design a Christmas jumper in the theme of blah, and then we'll give each of them the same theme. Could be Star Wars, could be ET, like this one, but they'll each go off and create an image using that prompt. I have created a really interesting project. We're using the Google AI Studio and the Nano Banana model. If you are interested, check out generativeai.fashion. So I've created something for a hackathon actually, where you upload an image of yourself or someone, an image of an item of clothing, and it will combine the two to show what that person looks like wearing it. Very, very interesting. It's a kind of powerful thing you can do with the Nano Banana model. So like I said, we're going to orchestrate these agents as well. So this is one of the benefits of the AI agents, is we're going to instantiate the agents, give them all very similar prompts, and we're going to say, go off and do it, and then they're going to generate the images, and we're going to come back at the end and they're going to tell us how they got on. Right, so let's have a look at some previous results that I give them. So here I gave them the topic of Star Wars, and we can see the Christmas card design, the room that was decorated, the woolly jumper that was designed, which looks amazing. Some pretty epic snow sculptures, a really nice Christmas tree with a Death Star on top, and some other science fiction and starships decorated on it, and then some interesting wrapping paper as well. We did the same for Lego superheroes. We've got cards, very colourful decoration, lovely jumper, but again the snow sculpture and the tree and the wrapping paper as well. These AI agents are doing their job, helping out Santa, taking some of the work off his plate, probably putting real elves out of the job, but it's what it is. And so we've got this is for Stranger Things, which is a little bit creepy, I find, for Christmas theme, especially the wrapping paper. Not yet started the new series. And then the last one is very, very purple Cadbury's milk chocolate, which is a fantastic chocolate we have in the UK. I'm not sure if you might have it depending on your location in the world, but we've got very, very purple Christmas jumper, very, very purple looking room, tree, wrapping paper, and a very large chocolate shaped snow sculpture as well. Okay, so Christmas has been saved. We've used AI elf agents to spread out this work, and look, he's so happy now. And this is just one way that we can use AI agents to spread the work and do things that might be otherwise manually done. You don't normally have an elf manually designing Christmas cards and wrapping paper and decorating, right? So let's have a really quick look at the code, and I mean super quick because I'm not going to do a deep dive. Like I said, not an expert in this stuff. I just got it all working. So I've got a little console application that runs it all. I've got some links here. I'll put all this on GitHub as well, and I'll make sure I remember to zoom in and make this code a lot bigger. I give it a theme here. Here I've got Transformers Kids Cartoon, for example. And we're going to run it, and we'll see the outputs as well. I'll show you that it's not all smokes and whistles. Anyway, okay, so we are creating an array of AI agents, and these are the ones that I have created. And if we look at them, you will see that they're very, very simple. And the other thing I'm going to mention is there's no LLM into these, so you can get different types of AI agents out the box. Like there's an OpenAI agent and some other ones. This is a plain bog standard one, which just inherits from AI agent, which you'll see in a minute. And you can orchestrate them. You can tell them to do whatever you want. You don't have to use these agents with an LLM component, okay? So here when I instantiate the Christmas card agent, I'm giving it a name, It's got its own prompt here, which is you are a Christmas elf. Your job is to design a Christmas card in the theme of blah. The theme I'm passing in is replacing that, and I'm also giving it a suffix as to what to save the file as. And if we look at the base Christmas plain agent, it's got a bit more information. I won't spend too long in here. I've got a bit of a stopwatch to time the execution. Now, when you inherit AI agent, it makes you override a few things like the name, but it makes you override not only run async method, but also a run streaming async in case you want your AI agent to be bubbling up its progress or being able to stream its responses. I'm not actually using this one. All I care about is the run one, because I'm kind of saying, right, go off and create an image. Don't care how you're getting on, just let me know when you're finished to show me the end result. But I could have used streaming if I wanted to. What else we got? And then we got the actual create image async. I'm in here building up a path for where to save the file. I'm creating another. I've got another file here that just got some information about the Google AI Studio API, and these are just some types that come back from the API call. And then I'm passing it my key, passing it in the prompt, where to save it, and it's saving it away, and it's returning the results. So then if I go back to my program all the way back, which is here, you'll see I am creating an array of all these agents. I'm then creating the workflow, which is as simple as passing in this array of agents to this call here, which is saying agent workflow builder build concurrent. I fire these all off at the same time, and then just let them do the thing. I could also here call build sequential, and I imagine that would just do one after the other. And again, we've got the handoffs, the create handoff builder. Not tried that one. Then we run it, and then they'll all go off and do their thing. And this loop here is just to output some of the results that it is returning. So if I now give it a new theme, which I've not done before, and I'm struggling to think of one, Muppet Christmas Carol, that'll do. Oh my goodness, how do you spell Carol? Let's go with that. Carol. Oh, apologies if it's not how you spell Carol, but I'm just a bit too tired to look it up. Okay, so I'm going to run that. It's going to generate it into this temp folder. You can see all the previous runs. One of the first things it does is create a GUID for the new folder. You can see previously I've run it for, what's this one? Mr. Men, this one was. Look at him, happy Mr. Men. Anyway, we're not looking at Mr. Men, we want Muppet Christmas Carol. So let's run this. Hopefully the demo gods are kind. I can show you the, here we go, this. Sometimes the images fail to create. That is probably, well, it's almost certainly an error on the Gemini side. I'm told I can hit that endpoint quite quickly, concurrently, and that there aren't any restrictions, but occasionally the odd one does fail. So if I was going to productionize this, I would look into that. It's only generated for the images. It's got the jumper. Muppets Christmas Carol, that's not too bad. You got Kermit the Frog. What else we got? We've got a nice sculpture here. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at the tree. It's okay. And then the last one is, what's this, the wrapping paper. Yeah, the wrapping paper is pretty good, and all of a sudden my elves have become human-like, like Pinocchio. Right, so yeah, that is just an example of how we can instantiate AI agents, set them off to do some work, set them off concurrently, and then have a look at the results. Right, back to talk, which there's not much left, don't worry. So that was the Microsoft Agent Framework, and I'm looking for spelling mistakes. I would recommend you check it out, play an experiment with it. This is just what I've done. If I was going to productionize this, I'd probably spend a lot more time learning the ins and outs. But the best way of learning something is to play with it. The best way to learn about the latest innovations and the way to innovate in general is just to play and experiment with things. I very strongly believe that. Okay, so And you can go away and create a number of wonderful creations like this. So we've got Friends jumper, we've got a nativity scene from The Simpsons. It looks like decorating the room. We've got Xbox decorations, Peppa Pig jumpers, Xbox jumper. We've got Big Bang Theory decorations, Simpsons jumper. Got all sorts, and it's PlayStation wrapping paper there. You really just need to use your imaginations with many things these days. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video. Enjoy the rest of the festive tech calendar. Enjoy the holidays. Be nice to everyone, please. You can follow me on Lee Engleston and all the main social medias. There's probably a few that have sprung up that I'm unaware of, but I'm on the main one. So enjoy the rest of the talks and have a great day. Bye now.